What up, y'all? It's Rex B. Welcome to my channel, and today I want to give you a brief overview of Ableton Live's new iOS app. It's called Note. It has a lot of great features, which I'll go over in more detail later in this video. But first, let me show you how I've been using this app and why I think it has a lot of potential. Let's get right to it. Okay, when you open the app, it'll show you all of your saved sets. Here I have a couple that I've saved. There's a few demo sets, and there's one here that I have saved to Ableton Cloud, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Let's open up a new set. If you're an Ableton Live user, the layout is similar to the session view. You can access all of your track parameters by selecting one of the colored icons here at the top of each track. To add a new track, just click the plus sign on the right hand side, which here it'll give you just a random sound, but there is a lot of different options and different sounds that you can choose from. There's a drum rack, there's even a sampler, which allows you to create your own instruments by either importing your own samples, or you can record new ones directly into your phone. Okay, I'm gonna jump into a set that I did earlier with my son. We were just playing around in the kitchen and I was able to record him just making different sounds with his toys and him just yelling into the mic doing random stuff. So check, this is actually one of his toys. I made it to a hi-hat. You can adjust the start and end point by pinching, and you can adjust the gain by swiping up and down. So this is the sound of him playing with his little sticks. Oh, the repeat function's on. Let me turn that off, but check that out. There's also a lot of plugins and presets that you can add. It looks like this track has a ping pong delay, but these are all plugins and presets that you can find in Ableton Live. There's actually a lot. So these are all your delay presets. There's reverbs, flangers, saturators, the EQ. Yeah, there's a bunch of different plugins you can add. And not only can you add plugins, you can actually control the send amount to each pad. Just my son screaming like a maniac. So that's just it dry and then. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play around with some of these clips just so you can have an idea of how the workflow goes. So this first clip is my son breathing. I have the repeat function and pitched it down, so check this out. Have my drum rack already going. So the record function on here is really easy. I'm gonna hit this plus sign here on this clip. These are all my drum sounds. And if you look right here, you can actually see when the clip is starting and restarting. So let's check it out. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's cancel that. I'm gonna put it on repeat because there is just a little bit of a delay because I'm recording, but let's check this out. Hey! Let's try that again. Is that a shaker? Hit the add button. Change the velocity. You can double the length of your loop by swiping from left to right, right in the middle here. And you can do this up to 8 bars. And if you want to take away some of these bars, you can swipe from right to left. We're right back to where we started with just 2. So I'm going to play around with some of these other clips. So let's check some of these other ones out. So here we have a sampler. So if I want to record that, so we would do it like this. I can quantize it. Woo! Okay, now let's see how we would upload this set to Ableton Cloud and then continue it in Ableton Live. But first, you want to make sure your Ableton is up to date, which at the time of me making this video is 11.26. Okay, let's upload this set to Ableton Cloud. So first, all you got to do is click these dots here on the right hand side, click upload to Ableton Cloud. So as you can see here, it's syncing. Okay, so once it's done uploading, which it should only take a couple of minutes, if you look here in Ableton under your browser, you should have a new place that shows cloud, and there is our set that we made in Ableton Note. I'm just going to double click it so that it opens the session. And here's the set that we were working on right in Ableton Note. Let's just test it out to see if it works. Nice. Oh. Perfect, it works great. Ableton Note is available in the iOS App Store now for $5.99, and in my opinion, I believe it's well worth the money. The interface is very user-friendly and the sound quality is great. My favorite feature is the Ableton Cloud, and I'm definitely excited to see what's to come of that. I think it's awesome being able to work on something from my phone on the go from wherever I'm at, and to be able to upload it within minutes to be into my browser on Ableton Live. I think that's really dope. There's still a few things that I would like to see added to the app, such as time stretching or time warping. Also, being able to just drop audio clips into a track would be a nice touch. But overall, I think the app is really awesome. I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more often whenever creativity sparks and I can just get a reference track down into my phone, knowing that I'll be able to transfer it into Ableton Live with no problem and not even have to email it or do whatever strange things that we used to have to do. All that's in the past. Ableton Cloud is going to be the future. Until next time, y'all. Peace.